Okay, that this is the first formal inauguration of our retreat, where we have to do things such as first thing we have already done, that is use of the 8 precepts, and then agree upon the timetable and to get the basic instructions. And the timetable is already displayed over there, so therefore necessary to take time. So if we running the same timetable, alternative days we have like discussions, Dhamma discussion or interviews that will be clearly indicated accordingly. And basically we are going to take time with the instructions, and that is also many of you have already got them and already in the meditation. So there may be a few number of people, those who are really in need of the basic instructions. So anyway, as a reminder for the people, those who already know, and as an introduction for the newcomers, I would like to take time to give the instructions that for the retreat. So I would like to, as we mentioned, take this retreat, whole retreat as a retreat to establish mindfulness, or the establishment of the mindfulness. That is called in Pali Satipatthana, and so the basic theme in the introduction is to introduce the definition of mindfulness. So whenever you read the canon, the teaching of the Buddha, he has mentioned this Satipatthana as one of the main themes. And there's another synonym you find in Pali as Appamada, that has been translated into English as diligence, or sometimes for vigilance. So for this retreat, we will take that mindfulness and the diligence as synonyms. And mindfulness means diligence, or diligence means vigilance. So we have to take time out of our day-to-day busy programs in order to develop mindfulness and diligence, because otherwise, knowingly or unknowingly, we are unmindful and negligent from the point of view of the Buddha. So we are now going to understand the difference, the contrast between the diligence and the negligence, mindfulness and the unmindfulness. So in order to understand, not only in the theoretical way, but also with one's own direct touch, the Buddha himself came out with 3 methods of teaching and 3 methods of practicing. Teachings, first you have to learn the theoretical understanding, the book knowledge about the mindfulness, and the second thing is individually one has to digest it. That is called rationalization or deducing or deductive knowledge. From the theory you have listened, book knowledge, and if you feel that is something of importance, then only you will apply it to yourself with absolute faith. Till that you will be trying, and once you made up your mind with this resolution, you will go for striving upon. That is called the direct touch. So you have to have a theoretical knowledge, you have to have a good appreciation upon the same thing on the deductive way, and the third, you have to put into practice. As far as the putting into practice is concerned, that also we can cut into 3: the intensive method, the semi-intensive method, and the extensive method. So, most favorable for the beginners is the extensive method. So, whenever the Buddha used to give instructions regarding the intensive method, he used to indicate the suitable climate, the macroclimate and the microclimate. That is very important. So, the microclimate is either you have to go to a forest, sit under a tree, or you have to go to a secure place. So, the last two retreats we had in the West Virginia and Minnesota, it was really a forest. And everyone go there, feel, especially the retreat atmosphere. So that is, we have to say that it's very, the commitment is high and you have to find a good place. In essence of that, we can go under a tree and in Sri Lanka and other countries we can do it. But here the climate is not much promoting, so we have to depend upon the last resort, that is solitude place. So in this house we have experienced it for the third time, we are making it a solitude place for this retreat. That indicates people are gathering here, of course, they appear like a crowded light, but the objective is not to indulge sensuous pleasure. As far as we have the same common object, we can call everyone is coming here in search of seclusion. So, this secluded place, we know, we have earned with so much of consideration. And for the days to come, we have to maintain it. In that sense, we have to observe noble silence and respect each other's silence, purity and seclusion. So therefore, moral conduct must be appropriate for a practicing person. So do things in the slow manner as well as to maintain, observe noble silence so that we will not be disturbing each other. That is to protect the seclusion we have already earned. So that is as far as macroclimate is concerned, or extrovert, overt side is concerned. But the microclimate-wise, you have to maintain your suitable posture. According to the scriptures, there are 4 cardinal postures. For the intensive method that we are talking about is prescribed with this sitting posture. So, we are now already in a sitting posture. So, it must be comfortable and symmetrical. So, you must not make it a kind of a regimentation or stiffening of your body. You must sit relaxed. That is one simple indication is, in the meditation centers, we used to keep a statue of the Buddha. So it indicates how relaxed he is in his meditation. So we are also assuming as much as possible this posture that in Hindu tradition it is called full lotus posture, Padmasana. But that does not mean that if you can't assume that Padmasana, you are not qualified. This is the theoretical maximum. So it is an ideal that we keep it in order to understand what is the best. Otherwise, when you are sick, you must feel symmetrical and balanced. And all the muscles must be relaxed. So that is the first and foremost. The way the Buddha sits, you can see that completely a triangle is touching the ground, and the way he is keeping the hand, that kind of thing, generally giving the picture of a triangular pyramid shape. So this is well established. So maintenance is very easy. The body can take care about itself. Or it is just like an anthill. So need not any kind of special effort to maintain it. So that he developed with long time of practicing and ultimately came up to that maturity. So we also must try as much as possible to train ourselves to get that posture, because when whenever you can sit in this way, simply you need no any cushions. You can just sit on the ground. You need just a flat ground. And if you can go to the full lotus, you can see no one is touching the ground. It is just pushing all the flesh down. So wherever you go, you are sitting on your own cushion. You need no any sitting bench or cushions. So that is the independence you get it. But anyway, it is you can gain it through long training. So for the beginner, don't obsess your mind thinking that you have to sit in such a cross-legged full lotus posture. But whatever may be, once you assume your posture, make sure it is balancing the left and the right, and all the muscles are relaxed, specifically eyelids and behind your neck and your back muscles. They must be relaxed. And in order to make the mind introvert, not to let it run out, it is recommended to close your eyes in the mild way, so that it will be looking inward, so that you can experience the body. I am sitting here and now. So whenever the mindset comes to this here, now, I am sitting, that is the first and foremost definition for the mindfulness. Whenever the mind is here and now, that we can say it is mindful, it is diligent, it is vigilant. So, whenever mind becomes here and now, you will see, you are to observe that it is not thinking about the past and the future. That means time-wise you are here now. You are here. That's what you are now. And you are not thinking about other places, so therefore you are here. And even though you are sitting with the group, you are not worrying and thinking about other people, you are with yourself. So whenever there is no thinking, no bodily pains, provided that there are no external distracting sounds, that indicates mind is ready to be with here and now. So this very mindset you can justify in two ways. One thing is, each and every moment you keep this here now I am, that is, you can justify in terms of mindfulness. You are maintaining mindfulness. Second thing is, you are trying to be friendly with yourself. You are living with yourself. Because otherwise, most of the time, it is not concerned about oneself. It is either thinking about the past and the future, or other places or other people. So therefore, you are escaping yourself. Therefore, you are yet to understand who am I. So whenever the mind comes to here and now, mind becomes vigilant and diligent and mindful, and you are slowly understanding who am I. So that understanding who am I, friendly with who am I, is called kind of a loving kindness. So these both going to give a very healthy mindset, set of mind, and that is called here now I am. So once you come and sit here, first and foremost way of applying your mind is to keep here and now. And try to maintain as long as possible. So that means, if you are successful, there won't be much of thinking, no much of distractions due to your body pains, no much of distractions due to external sounds. That does not indicate there are no thoughts, no sounds, no pains, but they are not prominent and distant. And therefore you are focusing the attention to here, now, I am sitting. So when that continues, usually, you are successful, there are three kinds of settlements going to take place. The body starts to settle down, the mind going to settle down, and your breathing will be settled down. So when that is happening, it's a very good indication. Slowly, we are trying to be mindful, and mind is understanding and appreciating the mindfulness, and become introvert. So when that happens for some people, or we can say the majority of people, start to feel their own breath, which is happening in the natural way. That means, in order to make it prominent, you must never do force breathing. So if the breath is becoming natural as it is, then instead of keeping the mind here now I am, you can observe your own breathing and make sure it is happening naturally. So whenever breath is going to prominent first, because you will be just focusing the attention on the breath and not force breathing, just observe the in-breath and out-breath. So this is the way you are becoming, make mindfulness more sharper into a natural process rather than just being. If breath is not becoming natural by its own way, just be with your sitting. If the breath going to happen, you are just allowing the in-breath and out. If the in-breath is out-breath going to follow, provided there are no much of distracting, wandering thought, daydreaming and fantasizing, and there are no unbearable pains, or there are no much of distracting external sounds, then you are bound to see cycle after cycle, in-breath, out-breath, in-breath, out-breath, in-breath, out-breath. So that means the mindfulness is now slowly gathering the moment. When this is happening, efficiency or continuity of mindfulness decided by the time duration that you keep the breath face to face. Whenever a thought happens or distraction of any kind happens, it will disturb the balance and mind will be out. If not so, you just keep with the breath. If the breath is not prominent, you are just keeping the attention with the sitting posture. During first few minutes, if you feel like adjusting your body, never mind, you must go there and help it to feel comfortable, symmetrical and relaxed. So when this is the starting step to the meditation that you are now concerned about the breath and out-breath, let the breathing so naturally you are just observing. So some people, those who have inclination towards insight meditation, wisdom type, they tend to observe, in addition to the natural in-breath and out-breath, which is happening in one's upper part of the body, there are some specific touching points as to indicate the most prominent touching point in the in-breath operation and the out-breath process. In that sense, some people feel it at the uppermost part of the respiratory tract, that is to say the end of the nostrils, or top of one's upper lips. When that is happening, if you are to note it in a sharp way, that we can say now your object of meditation become anapanasati, that means mindfulness on the in-breath and out-breath. So you are aware what is the most prominent point. Some people see and observe it in the lower lowermost part of the respiratory tract, that is the movements of the diaphragm. And symmetrical way, the corresponding way, sometimes the rising and falling of the abdomen also takes place. So you are to explore and to see what is the most prominent point according to your anatomical configuration. Don't chase behind, just try to observe and see what is the most prominent point. So the advantage of getting such a single point is, now your attention is more one-pointed and you can achieve one-pointedness as far as you are pinpoint to one particular place. Otherwise, the observing of the breath itself is an achievement. But this is an additional calibration, fine-tuning as to see what is the prominent achievement. Even if it is not prominent, never mind, you can just be aware of the rising and falling of it. You can be aware of the breath. So when we are practicing like that, if your mind is ready, you have enough energy, and you can go further in order to establish this touching point as to observing if the in-breath is happening, there is no out-breath. When the out-breath is happening, there is no in-breath. And even though you are meditating and fixing the mindfulness with closed eyes, you have to see whether mind is aware when the in-breath is happening, this is in-breath, this is not out-breath. When the out-breath is happening, mind knows this is out-breath, not the in-breath. That discretion, the discriminative knowledge is the last step for you to keep the mind in that particular place and to keep the breath face to face, not to indulge daydreaming, fantasizing and thinking, not to carried away by thoughts, or pain or sounds. So this is the maximum that you can facilitate in order to sharpen your mindfulness step by step. So as far as you know, when the in-breath is happening, this is in-breath. As far as you know, when the out-breath is happening, this is out-breath. So that's a very good indication. The mindfulness is catching the moment. You are bound to see the natural characteristics of in-breath versus out-breath. And when the mind, meditative mind, becoming so close with the object of meditation, you may observe less and less chances for the wandering thoughts to come and disturb. Less and less chances for the bodily pains become nuisance, and external sound make distractions. So therefore, by more and more sittings, you will understand ways and means to keep the breath face to face as established mindfulness as close as possible. So this is the way we are sharpening, and day by day, sitting by sitting, you are gathering more and more information as to what are the characteristics, features, or intrinsic personal characteristics of in-breath versus out-breath. So this much is for the sitting meditation, that is called intensive meditation of establishment of mind. Majority of the people, beginners, come to know mindfulness, successful mindfulness for the first time, often with this sitting meditation. But this is not the only way, from the teaching of the Buddha, to familiarize your acquaintance with the meditation and to establishment of the mindfulness. Other methods are semi-intention method, that is to call the walking meditation. Walking meditation is an alternative for the sitting meditation because beginners find very difficult to sit for long time. Soon you pass 20-25 minutes, definitely bodily pain is going to happen. So therefore, you have to change your posture. So, the immediate answer for that is to go for walking meditation, and I would like to give some helpful information and guidelines as to have a successful walking meditation, and I compare it with the sitting meditation information already given, so that it will be helpful for some to figure it out what must be the most fruitful way of walking meditation. For the sitting meditation, you need a small area enough for your sitting cloth to spread. But for the walking meditation, you need a stretch, flat and straight, enough for 30 to 40 steps, facing up and down. The posture is standing and walking. In sitting, you try to reduce as much as possible volitional actions, intentional action. Let the breathing take place naturally. But in walking meditation, a limited amount of intentional actions, such as left leg and right leg. In the sitting meditation, you are closed eyes, focus attention on the breath. But in walking meditation, you are open eye, you are looking somewhere 2 meters ahead of you while you are walking. So therefore the combination is different in walking meditation. And once you finish the sitting meditation, or after a morning sleep, or after a meal, best is to go for a walking meditation. And for that you should have a walking path, enough for 30 to 40 steps. So to start the walking meditation, you just go there and determine the place that you are going to do walking meditation, and stand facing that area, that part, and first and foremost establish the mindfulness, just like in sitting meditation, now on your standing posture. In the sitting meditation, it appears like a pyramid or an ant, but when you go to the standing posture, you may feel like a candle stand or a peg driven on the ground. So whenever you manage to feel your standing posture, here now I am standing, that is the green light for you to go for the next stage. What is the next stage? The next stage is you are just walking, facing up and down in the path, walking path, what you have determined, without any meditation. Just walk with your normal pace and somewhat a brisk walking after getting up to get your blood circulation and the nervous system a little brushed up. Briskly you walk 3 minutes, and if that is okay, you feel comfortable, and then again come and assume a standing posture, and here now I am standing, and that means you are ready to go for kind of a formalities or formal meditation on the walking. They are in the sitting meditation compared to sitting meditation. Walking meditation, your basic attention is to the lower part of your body, and therefore, in order to have a successful attention down there, you usually bind your arms in front of you or behind you, not to sink, not to scatter your attention. And when and where the right leg is moving, you try to understand and feel the whole movement of the right leg. Many will say that the prominence of touch of the ground, the sole touching the ground, starting from heel to the toes, or flat leg, flat foot, whatever. So that is what indicates that mind is clearly with walking meditation. Once that is finished, the left leg will come into swing, and they are the attention towards the left leg, and therefore not like in sitting, walking meditation, the point of touch also changes from right to the left, left to the right. But even then, your task is to maintain the continuity. So when that is happening, that is what we call the walking meditation. Don't make the speed the question, let the body to decide. With your body knowledge, the walking pace. When you go to the other end, you are turning slowly, not to disturb your mindfulness, because in the turning point, often visual objects will come, the sounds will be prominent, and the other thinking will be no problem. So there you slowly turn back and go to the other end, go for 1 hour, and then only your body will be well seasoned, well mobilized, and well warmed up. So it is like a warming up process for athletics. Of course, even the instructions come in terms of sitting first and then walking, but in the practice it must be other way. Daily you must try to do walking meditation before sitting. Then definitely you will see sitting is more comfortable, mindfulness is easier than without the sitting, specifically after a meal or after a sleep. So therefore, in the timetable you will see, mostly you are first do walking meditation and then come to the sitting. So after finishing the walk, don't go for here and there. Directly try to come and sit to get the main advantage of the mindfulness in the walking meditation. So within a day, you must allocate 8 to 10 hours of sitting and walking. That is to say 4 to 5 hours sitting and 4 to 5 hours walking. The rest of the time we call establishment of the mindfulness in the extensive way. That is just furthering of the walking meditation, where you try to establish mindfulness in the open eye with little bit of volitional actions and the same route up and down, pacing up and down with little bit of challenges like open eye. But in the day-to-day activities, you have to change all the kind of postures and lot of intention, time aspect and socializing. So therefore it is much challenged. So therefore within this retreat, you must try to keep, or you must limit yourself to keep separated and don't go for socialization and talking each other. So that means that whenever you are talking, you find very difficult. And in order to facilitate the mindfulness in the day-to-day activities, there are 3 things you can keep them as the rules of thumb. That whatever the task you try to do mindfully, you must try to do it little slowly, so that often you become self-conscious. And the second thing is, determine the few tasks that is confining to yourself without a certain person, and you can perform at your pace, and that these tasks you must do with the determination as well. I will try to keep the mindfulness. So whenever you are performing such tasks, by practicing slowly, do it with the determination. The most important, the third aspect is, you must try to listen to your own sounds. Whatever the task you are going to do, there are some kinds of noises, friction, sounds, rattling noise. So, whenever you try to do a task mindful way, not only doing slowly, you are listening to your own sounds. So, slowly, mindfully, silently. Whenever you are listening to yourself, you can, it's a natural question asked, can I do it in a still, silent way? Don't force yourself to do it in a silent way. Instead, try to listen to yourself. While listening, that silence will come. And then you can understand the relationship between this noise and the mindfulness. Whenever the mind is mindful, things are very smooth, slow and silent. Whenever unmindfulness happens, you become hectic and noises are going to happen. So therefore, not only you, even others can see you are not sharp and skillful in mindfulness. And whenever someone is doing a task with so much of noises, then you, instead of becoming angry, you can understand they are not mindful, that is why these noises. So you can, in return, make a point to see this amount of sounds or noises you are making is have some relationship with your lack of mindfulness. So daily select few tasks you can do mindfully, do silently and do slowly, and these tasks must not be a socialized. Do what you can do without a certain person. When I am trying, about more than 30 years ago, my teacher asked me, give me some tasks to start with, specifically the day-to-day activities. What he suggested was to, when you are brushing your teeth and go to the toilet and washing your face and the hands, these are the tasks usually not forced with the time. No second person is involved and you can as well be mindful. The Buddha, in this Satipatthana Sutta, he has enumerated a number of tasks, including the first and the second job in the toilet. Going forward, coming backwards, stretching your hand, closing your hand, while eating and winking your eyes, in all the things he has listed, out of compassion, to indicate, make a point to be mindful. So that is what we call a retreat. We come here, each one is performing the same, so therefore one must not be a disturbance to the others. Mainly that is through talking. If you are going to talk, not only your mind become agitated, but the other person connected also. Not only that, any person see through talking also disturbing the third person. So therefore, try to keep as much as possible silence, slow, mindful in the day-to-day. Whenever such a mental atmosphere is going to come, sitting will be, in the sitting also, the mind will be more mindful and the walking will be easier. So therefore, each in a day, you have practicing all these intensive, semi-intensive and extensive methods. But my main emphasis is on the walking meditation. Because most of you are experienced with this busy life. So therefore hardly you get a chance to practice a chunk of time. To come to this place and practice. There are natural tendencies to go and sit. But if you are going to do sitting meditation without walking, the whole meditation retreat will be sour in taste. But if you are going to mix up well with the walking, it will be very sweet. And it will be just like a coffee. So therefore, don't underestimate your walking time and do it complete 1 hour and come and sit. Then you are the one to see the beneficial effect of the walking meditation before sitting. And that you can extend further when you go home also. That if you get a chance, cut the time into 2, allocate 50% for walking meditation. And then come and sit. And if you are going to fall sick, you will see walking will come and help you more than sitting. And the elderly people also find very easy to do walking meditation than sitting. Even the younger children, they are very dynamic and they can find walking is easier than sitting. And rather, once you have done a good successful walking, sitting will be naturally attractive. So therefore, you emphasis on the walking meditation and try to do it. And within the first few days, you may find difficult to fit into this timetable, but it is not your personal mistake, it is natural. So be patient, and in a few days' time, the mind will catch, and then don't try to worry about the concentration, the wisdom, the faith, and the energies. They will become aligned with, along with, as far as the mindfulness is there. Your aim, first aim, main aim, must be to keep the mindfulness. And whatever the failure in the sitting and the day-to-day activities, try to keep the track with the walking meditation, and definitely it will take care about the balance. So that is what I sort of sharing as far as the instruction is concerned. And according to the timetable from 9 to 10, we are going to have walking meditation, and 10 to 11, we are going to have a sitting meditation. As far as the walking concerned, we have the corridor outside, or inside, or outdoor. For the time, the climatic situation, you can use it. And the best is to have a sand bed, but it is not, you can find it. But whenever you go to a traditional meditation monasteries, you find the sand bed specifically prepared for walking paths. That is the best. But otherwise, what you improvise whatever the area available, and barefoot is the best, but I can't recommend that in here. Otherwise, the touching the barefoot on the bare ground is a kind of inspiration. So it's special. But here, difficult due to the climatic situation and others. So you improvise do according to the situation provided, and slowly with the body and the mind ready, it will be going to the more natural method. So that's all I thought of. And do you have any kind of any clarification necessary or any remarks before going situation, going to the walk? We can take a few minutes.
Some people say not to look at your feet while you are doing the walking meditation. Is it?
Yeah, that is to say that you have to not look at the object directly in front, so directly on your feet, look around 1-2 meters ahead of you. That is the downcast. So you see the ground. Even when you are turning, you have the downcast. We will take.
Close the eyes. I normally tend to fall asleep. When I keep it open, it's easy.
In sitting meditation.
Yeah.
Sitting, what happens is that if you are not going to do sitting after walking, that is the way it happens. Sleepiness sets in. So you can, as a remedy, you can keep the eye open and you can just focus the carpet. So some Zen meditation method, you're supposed to sit against the wall, 1.5 meters distance, and just look at the wall. But a person like you can immediately understand the benefit of walking meditation. After walking, his sleepiness is less. And there are some times, according to the day's climate, sometimes are more sleepy, sometimes are more awake. So you have to strategically make use the time to keep the mind awake. Mindfulness is sometimes considered as awareness and wakefulness. Sleepiness is the direct opposite of the mindfulness. It is escaping rather than be aware. So when that happens, walking meditation is what you can do beforehand while in sitting, you can note your object. For example, if the breath is the one you are going to keep face to face with, you note it in breath, out breath, in breath, out breath, as and when it happens. So you just simply note in, out, in, out, in, out. With a slimy mind, congealed nature going to happen, you can keep on increased amount of intensity in, out, in, out. Sometimes in walking meditation also that happens. Sleepiness happens. There you have to note it. Left, right, left, right. And if it is increasingly happening, you have to repetitive noting, 3, 4 notings per step. Left, right. That is how you keep the mind warmed. Not letting it allowed to be slimy, congealing. So that is the way you have to start. Few efforts time you will understand what is the most fruitful way, what is the most productive way for your personality. Okay, we will take one now. What is the time?
8:53.
So that means 1 hour, so we will be doing walking meditation and convention.